Hello everyone, welcome back. I wanted to do something a little bit different with this video. The channel has thus far been centered around the journey of me learning 3D modeling, Blender, Substance Painter, and whatnot. But my intention uh, is for the channel to be more than just about 3D modeling, game development, texturing, etc. So for this video, I wanted to showcase something that I actually have quite a bit of experience with and I've been doing for quite some time, which is raising animals and homesteading. I've been raising birds for the past 6 or 7 years, and have established a sort of system that has helped us have some pretty decent results. Since summers where we're at are pretty warm and miserable for us, we're able to keep the baby birds in this coop pretty much full time while they grow. During colder months, we will typically set up a brooder to keep them warm, but where we're at, the colder months don't really, they're not really around for very long. We've also found that properly socialized birds are much easier to handle when we need to do so, if they get sick, injured, whatever. And so we make it a habit to handle the chicks daily from the moment we either bring them home or they are hatched. This is a pond that we recently built for our waterfowl and some fish. There are fish in there. You can't see them because at the moment the pond is quite green. It gets really hot where we're at, and because it's a newer pond and it's sort of smaller in size, it's kind of more difficult to maintain. It's the first pond we built, so this is something we are kind of newer with, but we do have a bog filter set up, and we're hoping that once it gets more established and such, it will clear up a little bit and balance out. Now this is the watering hole. This is where all the animals congregate in the heat of the day and where they sleep at night. We have Ginger. That's Ginger. She's a cooney pig. And then we have Sir Tusky Tubbs. He is the star of the show, as his portrait is the photo being used for the channel. We have the two other geese and the gander, well, I guess the goose and the gander that I spoke about. We have Sir Butthole. There's a funny story about his name that I will probably get into in a future video. He is sitting there with two of his mother, daughter, sister wives. Yeah, he is our only male Muscovy duck. And then we also have, these are some newer additions to our farm, and that is Nigerian dwarf goats. The two on top of the picnic table are registered females, and he is actually a fixed male. We didn't really have a say in that. It's just how we got him. But they are sort of the newest additions to our farm, and They're turning out to be pretty cool. As you can see, everyone's just sort of hanging out in the watering hole. We do not lock our animals up. I know some people are, they're kind of iffy about that. Most people will lock up their chickens and their geese and stuff because of predators. Where we're at, we mainly have cats and foxes. There are coyotes around here, however, they don't typically make it onto our property. We have had problems with foxes in the past, and they've killed numerous chickens, but we are in the process of training a livestock guardian dog who is currently a puppy. He's not in here right now because, being a puppy, he needs some guidance. So he tends to chase, and he just has a lot of energy in him at the moment. So we give him structured guidance when it comes to the animals, how to behave around them. But he will be featured in future videos. But yeah, we don't lock up our animals. They have places where they can lay their eggs. That's the pig house. Needs some work done on it. But there are numerous chicken coops and little hidey holes spread around that they're able to lay their eggs and do all of that. Makes collecting them a little bit more difficult, but it's how they would typically do it in the wild, I guess. At night, the chickens just, they go up into this tree so that nothing can get to them. The Muscovy ducks, we don't have to worry about them getting attacked by a fox. They will run a fox off. I've caught it on the video cameras. A fox coming up trying to get a baby, and it gets swarmed by 4 mommy Muscovy ducks and runs away. And they prefer a little bit easier prey. They don't go after the pigs. The goats, they probably would go after the goats, especially Pipsqueak there. But we keep our older dog out here at night. He's not really a guardian dog per se, but he does a very good job of keeping predators away. But during the day, he prefers to be inside, so that's where he is right now. But yeah, this is just a little showcase of what we got going on. I know it's kind of small, but I've adopted the philosophy of small increments. Rather than getting 10 goats or 8 pigs and 20 chickens, we prefer to get smaller numbers and then incorporate them into the farm in a more slower manner, so that everything balances out and the routine of everything sort of normalizes before we include more. So this is Milkshake. She came wandering out from wherever she was hiding. She's a pretty cool turkey. She'll talk to you when you get home and stuff, and sometimes she'll lay down, let you pet her and all that. We have another turkey around here somewhere that's really broody right now, laying on eggs. She had an accident, so she's a one-legged turkey, so she doesn't move very far from wherever she decides to lay. I'll do a future video on her when she comes out. But yeah, this is it. This is what we got going on. There will be more videos showcasing all of this and sort of giving some insights into how we do things and why we do things. A lot of it just has to do with the happiness of the animal. What we found makes the animal happy, healthy, reduce stress as much as possible. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one.